Welcome to Post Fight with Ray Thompson. This show is powered by MMA Crypt and MMA Mental. For more interviews and podcasts, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, MMA Crypt and MMA Mental. You can also follow MMA Crypt on Facebook and Twitter. It's at MMA Crypt on Twitter and MMA Crypt on Facebook. To follow me, it's at MMA Mental on Twitter and Ray Thompson on Facebook. I'm now joined by Gian Villante. John's coming off of his second UFC victory. He beat Sean O'Connell to take his pro record to 12-5 and his UFC record to 2-2. John, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure. I've been traveling a lot, so good to get hold of me.
Well, thank you for agreeing to come on and fit us in. I know you're busy this week with Chris Weidman, of course. You were obviously facing Sean O'Connell. So first of all, congratulations on getting your second UFC victory. Was it nice to get that second win?
Yeah, sure. What was that?
I was just saying, was it nice to get your second UFC victory?
Oh, yeah, amazing. I mean, it was. I just love that we were able to put on a good show and get that crowd started up. It was. New Zealand was an awesome place to fight. I think it might be my new home because it's not legal in New York. It was just awesome. The fans were crazy. We got the night started off right, I think, and it was definitely a fun fight. You know, he came in there and I hit him with some really, really good shots. And anytime I hit him hard, he came harder. So it was good.
Well, yeah, we'll certainly get into that because it was a fantastic fight. Now, before the fight, of course, you know, during the build-up, you were due to face Anthony Perosh. How did the change of opponent affect your game plan and your training?
You know what, training really didn't change much at all. As far as training goes, I don't ever really train for a specific opponent. I train as hard as I can, get myself in the best shape I can, and then I just know the fight will go where it needs to go. But I don't ever decide, hey, this is what I'm going to do in a fight or anything like that. I just go on and I train as hard as I can. It really doesn't matter who the opponent is. I'm going to be the same person in the ring every time.
No, that's fair enough. Now, round one was very close with some really good exchanges and big punches landed by you and by O'Connell. How did you feel the first round went?
I think I definitely landed, the harder shots in the fight, but he controlled the ring. So definitely a tough fight to score. I think watching the fight, I think I did a little bit too much backing up and countering. I should have went a little bit more forward. But I thought it was a good round. I just thought it was an exciting fight. I'm glad that they thought it was exciting too, the UFC, and they gave us fight of the night. I thought it was, it could have went either way. And obviously I would have loved to finish the fight. I tried as hard as I can. But that's what I do every time I'm in there. I want to finish the fight, and I'm going in there to, take people's heads off.
Absolutely, and you both were going in there with that attitude for that fight. Now, you were actually dropped in round two. How hurt were you when he dropped you?
It's not good to be known as a guy with a good chin, but I guess I'm known as that guy. I do have a good chin. I don't know. He hit me. I got rocked. But I was, not taking anything away from him, but it's something I'm pretty good at, I guess, is taking a shot. And so as soon as it hit me, I was able to recover. And I think besides that, besides that knockdown, I think I won that round, but the knockdown obviously wins him the round. But I think besides that, I came on very strong, and I was feeling really, really good. And then just set the tempo for the third round where I could, come ahead.
During the second round as well, O'Connell tried to take you down, but obviously he was unsuccessful. Had you worked on your takedown defence going into that fight?
I was a wrestler. I was a state champ in high school and stuff like that. I did a little bit in college. I go with best friend is Chris Weidman. I go with him a lot, and you don't get better takedowns than that guy. So if I'm able to go with him and go with his wrestling and having to deal with that, then I feel like anybody who tries to take me down isn't going to be able to.
Now,
I don't care who it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you're training with one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world.
Trust me, there's not a better wrestler in MMA. That's why I think my wrestling defense has gotten so good. Is just being able to train with that guy.
Absolutely. Now, in the third round, you actually wobbled O'Connell. How close were you to finishing the fight?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I was that close because I hit him a couple times, like head kicked him, and he just kept coming forward. So, I know I landed the shot, but he was as tough as nails, and I think that's what, I definitely respect the opponent a lot, just because if there's one thing I know, it's that I have a good chin and I hit hard, and I hit him with some hard shots, and didn't really seem to bother him that much, and he was a tough guy. He was game, and I think we put on the show that everyone wanted to see.
You did. It was an exciting fight. It was a close fight. When it went to the judges' scorecard, how confident were you that you'd won the decision?
Yeah, I mean, it was a split decision, and he raised his hand first. So I'm like, I was totally confused because of both our names. I guess John and Sean sound pretty similar. So I was confused, but once they got it clear, and they said Villante, I was very, very happy, and just a great feeling going through a fight like that and actually coming out on top was an amazing feeling.
Now, it's not very often that the fight that opens the whole card goes on to win fight of the night, and I think that's a credit to how good your fight was. So how nice was it for you to get that recognition from the UFC and to get that bonus?
Oh, it's life-changing for me. I mean, 50,000 for anyone's life-changing, but for me, I mean, that's huge. I am so excited about it, and I just really, even if I didn't win fight of the night, I would have been happy just knowing that people enjoyed my fight, that the UFC people, Dana White, Joe Silva, Joe Shelby, if I know they enjoyed my fight, then that makes me happier than anything else, just because I know I'm in there for entertaining. People don't pay to watch us slam on each other, they pay to watch us fight, so I'm in there to be as entertaining as possible. And I'm hoping that's what I did, and by them giving me a bonus, I think that's solidified that.
Absolutely, I agree. Now, going into the fight, you were 1-2 in the UFC. How much pressure were you feeling going into that fight?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, no matter what, and every fighter will probably tell you, I don't care what it is, that next fight, no matter what, it's the biggest fight of your life. And this, it was just the next fight, and it was the biggest fight of my life. But, the way I went out last time, fighting Fabio, and definitely not putting on the show I wanted to put on, I know I needed a good showing. I got way too tired in that fight. I was very, very sick, but I don't want to make excuses. I didn't say that to anyone, but I was, and he won the fight. I couldn't breathe, so I know I needed to put on a good show and show that I had the cardio, and I think winning the third round is what won me the fight. So showing that I have that in me is huge for my confidence and huge for my opponents to know that when I go on there, I'm still going to be hitting hard first, second, and third rounds.
Obviously now 2-2. Have you got your eye on anybody you'd like to fight next?
Sure. There's definitely some guys out there I'd like to fight. Interesting guys. I'm still upset about losing to the guy OSP after getting poked in the eye, and that's how our fight ended. But he's got a fight that's lined up with Ryan Bader, who's a buddy of mine. So I don't know. Whatever they want. I just think it's someone that could be exciting with me. Someone that's going to go in there, willing to trade, willing to bang it out, willing to put on another fight of the night. I don't. If I win fight of the night every time, I'd be the happiest person in the world. I don't need knockout night. I don't need submission night. I want fight of the night every time. Just go to war, have fun with it, and that's what the sport's all about. Is entertaining the fans, and I'm hoping that's what I can continue to do. So if they can give me someone exciting, I can go in there and entertain with. That's what I really want, and they do a great job of that. Sean Shelby and Joe Silva are best matchmakers in the world. That's why they're in the UFC, and they do a great job. And I think they'll pick someone better than I can pick someone. I'll tell you that. That's why they have the job. So I definitely definitely leave it in their hands, but I know they'll give me something good, and we'll put on something in a tight fight.
Well, congratulations on winning the fight, winning the bonus, and thank you very much for giving me your time today.
My pleasure. It was real nice talking to you, and I appreciate the props. It's definitely hard work for it. So thank you.
Well, before we let you go, John, I'd just like to give you a chance to do some shout-outs. So is there anyone you'd like to thank and any sponsors you'd like to shout out as well?
Well, definitely first shout out to my boy Chris Weidman, who's hopefully gets this win on UFC 175 and remains a champ. So definitely a lot of props to him. We did our training camp together, and he's my best friend. So I want to see him go in there and get the win. My trainers, Keith Trimble, Spiro Volantis came out with me, Jamal made. Got to thank Ray Longo and Matt Starr for always making a home for me and going over there and having some good training with Chris and everything else. And Matt's a great coach and really, really helps me. And my jiu-jitsu game's come a long way, even though I don't like to show it too much. It really has. And just all my sponsors, American Ethanol, Bad Boy, Lifetime Chimney, who's been my sponsor since my first fight. They've been my sponsors from my first fight to this fight. 16 fights have been with me, so they're amazing people. And I think that's it. Sorry, I rambled a little bit there, but I really do want to thank all those people and my manager Dave Martin and Randall Animal, Randall Animal. They've done a lot for me and got me some really good fights to put on that show.
Well, I look forward to seeing you step back into the cage again, John.